What's up, everybody? So this is going to be a quick rundown, kind of walkthrough of COTA, Circuit of the Americas. This is one of my favorite tracks. This will be a 135.10, which is moving. So let's get right into it. This might be a little bit longer video. So first, right off the bat, once you get past those little rumble strips and hit the line, you're going to use this little red, yellow, or pink area over here. And basically, at every opportunity with how hard it is to turn these cup cars, you're going to be cheating for entry angle. So you're going to be swinging out as far as you can. You're going to be keeping the next turn in mind as you're racing, things like that. So you're just going to be getting as much speed as you can, getting into this really tight turn one. So it's hard to see with the car status in front, but where you're coming out of pit row and where the track is, there's that little pink red area where it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it comes to a white line where the pit road or pit entry and kind of the track come together. As soon as that spot becomes white, I use that as a break point. I'm hard on the brake. Once I hit play again, you're going to see a horizontal white line that you cross. Do not start your turn until you have hit that white line. It's right here. It's hard to see with that sun, but it's right up ahead. As soon as you do that, you're not going to pull it really hard to the left. You're just going to be nice, graceful, and ease your way into this corner. Your left front tire needs to hit the apex. You're going to envision that you're hitting just behind the apex, if that makes sense. You want to set yourself up to be up and running and not shoot towards the little tent buildings you see in the background. Now, if you kind of can imagine, you're like 3 lanes to the left when you took this. If you're that shallow into the angle, you're going to either have to be so much slower going into this corner to make that turn, or you're just going to overshoot it and go into the sand straight ahead. So right here, you can stay on the track or you can kick out, but it's kind of like the Charlotte Roval that I showed you. You can't sit on this rumble strip. You have to make your decision. You cannot just kind of sit there and let it be, because you will spin out on that rumble strip. The only thing I'll say here is basically you'll want to work your way up to 4th gear, but you don't want to swing basically past this point because you want to be to the right and about 2/3 of the track to the right, if that makes sense. Once you get to the top of this hill, about right here, you're going to be coasting. You're going to downshift to 3rd, and you're basically through these S's. They get tighter and tighter as you go. You're not going to be really hard on the brake. You're not going to be really hard on the gas. It's going to be kind of a feathering process. It's going to be nice and easy for you. You can hit the very edge of these yellow bumps. But if you get anywhere over close to the middle, it's going to eject you into the air. So unless you're really comfortable tapping the little yellow bumps, I would avoid them at all together. Now this part right here. So where there is no bump, there's no little yellow thing you have to be the right of. There is a light red and a dark red. The dark red, your left tire can be in. The second your left tire hits that lighter shade of red, it's a stop penalty. It's instant. You also have to be wary of just a little bit past here, you have your sand trap. So you want to be hard on the brake, but you don't want to just stop. So like you're going to have to kind of find the best way for you. And my opinion is get to 1st. For some reason I was in 3rd here, but I normally drop it to 1st there. Let's back it up a smidge and go back. So basically right here, I'm a little farther right than I normally am, but I try to keep as far left as I can here. You can actually get your left side tires into this grass over here. You're perfectly fine. Your only tricky spot is right up here. I'll get you that in a second. But I'm basically going to try to be lined up with not the next turn, but the following turn. I'm looking at where that wall is. It's 2 turns away. I'm lining up and aiming for that. I start my brake right at this one. I am straight still. If your right side tire gets into that grass area, it's an instant stop penalty. It's not worth it. If you're gonna cheat, you need to cheat on this corner back here. This first one. Like I said, you can get your left side tires into the grass up here. You cannot on this right side up here. So here, I basically like to get up to about second or third gear, and then I'm going to work my way into this green area right here. If you're at speed and you're working and racing in this zone, perfectly in play. It's not too slick. It's only really slick if you jet out here and you don't have a lot of speed going. It's going to be a lot of tire spin and you might spin out. I start my brake at approximately like right here, just before the halfway. I start at this line, I start my turn left. So from here, I'm going all the way to that red, yellow, or red, pink area to the left. About right here, I'm braking, hard braking. So this, I don't know, chicane, whatever the yellow bump is, you can actually straddle this. So your whole car can go over this as long as your left side tires don't all the way go over this yellow bump. I start my brake about right here, and you'll turn a little bit to the left. You don't want to get your left side tire in the grass. That's stop penalty. But you'll want to get to a point where you're right here. You're straight braking. You're trying to get woe down as quick as you can. Once you get to about this point, you're going to pull on the wheel as hard as you can to the left, and you're going to be off the gas. The only way you're going to be on the gas is if you're going slow enough to where you're trying to kick your back tires around to rotate your car. You want to be careful, though, because it's deceiving here. If you're going slightly faster, it's going to feel like you can make it. But you're going to go right into that sand trap, I promise. You gotta feather it, and you got to be really paying attention. Again, you don't want to be straddling this rumble strip. To the left, to the right, don't be over it. I like to kick left here to get angle into this turn. I brake 2 spots. And then I'm hard on this. And then I'm trying to hug as close as I can to this right all the way. You're going to find an area. Unfortunately, there's really not a good marker for this spot right here. But it's like, I would say, sorry, I fast forwarded a smidge. It's like, I really backed it up. I'm sorry, guys. So, where there's that DRS line that goes straight across the track, you're going to wait a couple car lengths. I'd say like 3. But you're hard on the brake here. Again, this is another yellow chicane rumble strip that you can straddle over. Just don't get your right side tires all the way over. You get your tires all the way outside the green, that's a stop penalty until you get to that red up there. Cool little thing you can do is, before I shot this video, you can actually get farther right where that red is and angle into the turn. So instead of being out here, you're kind of angled into it. It actually gets you a little bit quicker. So you're just going to be hard on. Amazing lap driver. Take your lap. 35.18. So hopefully that helps you guys. I appreciate all the likes, comments, any questions, and definitely the subs. So appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Appreciate you guys.